Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the June 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so the last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for June. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, let's go to column number 1, which is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. Starting with a summary affirmation card, we have the card, I will fight. This isn't necessarily a good or bad thing. It kind of comes through as neutral. I think in the ideal world, things wouldn't be so challenging. But the perk to the fight card is it's something you care about enough to put in the extra effort to get it done. So I think likely you still accomplished what you were hoping to accomplish in these last few weeks. Again, it just was a little bit harder or a little bit more challenging than planned, Leo. But let's take a look and see what messages we have here for this first column. Okay, up first we have the Emperor. The Emperor is very long-term. This is a card of being very strategic, like strategic planning, future focused. I feel like whatever this move was, whatever this challenge you overcame, it was setting you up for success in the future. So again, it was more work now, a harder lift now, but keeping you on the right path going forward. This is also a card of like leadership, so leading yourself forward here. The next card we have is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands has a couple different meanings. The first meaning is keeping and maintaining boundaries. So you could have been setting some boundaries, enforcing some boundaries. This is also a card of persistence though, which ties in pretty meaningfully with our fight card because again, it was that extra push, that extra effort, that persistence to get done what we needed to get done. And at the bottom here, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, practical, and wise. I love that. This is also a leading card, so again, tying into that leading yourself forward. The King of Pentacles is an investment card too, and it's a good investment. So again, whatever you did is really setting yourself up for the future, whether that was actually a monetary investment or just the investment of this effort. So I actually like how this is shaping up, Leo, even though, of course, it may have been a little bit more work than we would have liked it to be. Nonetheless, I think it's still good. Taking a look at our card here, first up we have our first clarifier is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gains. So lots of positive that come with it. This is also a card of like enjoyment and pleasures. So I think again, you're setting yourself up well for future success. With the Emperor, it's very strategic, it's very long-term. And the 9 of Pentacles has a lot of good traits. So again, setting yourself up well. The next card we have is the Emperor. I always like those repeat cards. It kind of solidifies the message that we have here. But the Emperor is again that long-term strategic planning, leading yourself forward card. At the bottom here we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card of healing, nurturing. If you look at the cup on this card, it actually is more of a trophy than a cup. And this is like, first off, getting the trophy. So again, that kind of luxury, that success in the future, that kind of receiving of the trophy. But it's also like knowing that you're the trophy and taking care of yourself in that way. Again, I feel like you set yourself up for success here. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general what's coming for June. We have the card, I Feel Lost. I feel like I've seen this card a lot this month, so maybe it's something to do with planetary alignment also. But the I Feel Lost card is not necessarily a bad thing either. And I will say, if you look closely at this card, this person's like cracking open the seashell and there's light shining through. And then we also have all these fish and seahorses and whatnot to guide you forward. So even if you're feeling lost in the moment, you're going to have some clarity and some direction by the end of June. But let's take a look and see what other messages I can give you here. So the first card that we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. I always tell people this is like the grass is greener on the other side. You're going from good to better. If you look at these Eight of Cups, they're stacked really nicely, but yet this person is still walking away, still moving forward, still progressing forward there. So I do see you advancing forward on something here. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, worry, depression. Could be nightmares sitting up in bed. Again, I feel like some of you are feeling lost, and I think that's the most, the driver for this. That's causing the worry, the angst, the nightmares. It's just not having a clean path forward. It's nice though because you're still stepping forward, but I almost feel like you maybe feel like you're stepping forward blindly here, Leo. But again, that's actually not the case. Definitely the light will come through here for you sometime this month. At the bottom here, we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of low feelings. This is like divorce, separation, heartbreak. But this is also a card of needing to pull the sword from your own heart and do some healing. Interestingly enough, I feel like this is more about stopping worrying. That's the healing that needs to happen. But let's clarify and see what other context I can give you here. First clarifier we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is you feeling stagnant. It's quite literally hanging there by the foot. But again, the important thing here is you're taking steps forward. You're advancing forward with that Eight of Cups, but you feel stagnant here. Another thing with the Hangman too, this is gaining wisdom. This is getting the light. So again, even though you're feeling like you're hanging by your foot right now, that clarity, that information you need, that guidance you need will definitely come in June, which I'm not surprised to see. We kind of already addressed that with the I Feel Lost card. The next card that we have is the Three of Swords. We just talked about the Three of Swords. Again, it's that kind of low feelings card. It's needing to pull the sword from your own heart. Again, it's like somehow we have to stop this worrying, but I'm not quite sure how you can do that. That's something that you'll have to figure out, Leo. I'm not getting a direct answer to that question, but it's like this angst, this worry, these like potential nightmares that could be keeping you up at night. Somehow we have to kind of keep that at a bay, and that's what the Three of Hearts or Three of Swords is coming through to say. The next card that we have is the Fool card. The Fool card is the first card in the Major Arcana. It's fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, adventures, beginnings. Love the Fool card. Again, we're making progress towards whatever it is that we want. We just feel like we're walking blindly this month, but at the end of the day, you're making progress. You're taking those steps forward. Okay, now let's take a look at our money column. We're going to start out with a quick money message here. It says, get to the root of your problems. Don't ever think money can repair everything. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here. Leo, really nice spread already right off the bat. First up, we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups has a literal meaning of wishes coming true, so getting what you want. So I don't know if there's a financial goal that you're working towards, if there's a job, a promotion, retirement, whatever it may be. Again, this is your wish coming true. So I love that. So whatever your career or money wish is, that's coming true there. The next card we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a card of being very intentional, being very strategic. This is again long-term planning. Maybe this is the same long-term planning we were discussing a little bit earlier about setting yourself up for success. But when I see this, I can take this as validation that you're making the right moves now. So whatever you're doing career-wise, you're making the right moves. Financially, it seems like you're making the right moves. The King of Swords, again, kind of just validates that we're on the right path, that we're making the right steps. At the bottom here, we have the Ten of Cups. If you've watched my video before, you know I love the Ten of Cups. It's my favorite card in the entire deck. It's like the card of seriously everything wonderful. We have a nice full rainbow, happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, the water's running, there's a house in the background. I love the Ten of Cups. You'll hear me say that over and over and over again. Truly the card of everything wonderful. This is also a card, though, of total love, support, and contentment. When I was younger, I didn't think contentment was that good, but now I realize how hard it is to be content, so I'm a big fan of the Ten of Cups for that reason. So, not only are we doing the right things, I think we're actually enjoying what we're doing. This is also a great sign if you're trying to buy a house with that house in the background, so if that is in your future, it's a good card for you too. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of receiving. It's a card of gifts. So again, this is you receiving, your wish coming true there. The next card that we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like Prince or Princess Charming. This is very romantic, very proposal-like. Honing in on the word proposal, because obviously we're talking about money and not love here. This is like the opportunity, and I was telling with the King of Swords, it's like you're making all the right moves. So this is the ideal. This is the perfect scenario. So again, you're making all the right career and money moves, which I really like to see here, Leo. At the bottom here, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a card of being very self-sufficient. I think this is a reflection of the hard work you've put in to get to this point. Again, contentment's hard to find. It takes a lot of hard work to get to contentment. It takes a lot of hard work to do something like buying a house. This is very much so driven by you, which is neat to see. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. We're going to start out with a quick love message here. Reflection, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith it'll all work out for the best. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Leo. Up first, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is typically new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. So when I see this in the love column, this is typically money surrounding you. So this could be your spouse getting a new job, your roommate getting a new job, your family, your parents. So it's typically money coming close to you. This could also be like you investing with somebody else too, like maybe you're buying a house or buying a car together. The next card that we have is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a very busy card when I see it. If you see there's something different in each of these cups. So there's a lot going on this month. This can be kind of non-committal energy though. So we need to maybe watch that. I feel like be careful what plans you commit to, because I think once they come up, then you may not actually want to be there. There could also be some non-committal energy around this investment that you have together. And I'm trying to see if it's you that's kind of non-committal or if it's the other party. I think it's both in some situations. But again, there's kind of some hesitancy here that we need to keep an eye on. At the bottom here, we have the Empress. The Empress is a great card, though. This is a card of creation. This is a card of abundance. I feel like when you commit to these plans, you have a lot of free time, and by the time they come up, again, you don't have that same free time. So again, just watch out making plans, because then once they come up, I feel like you're kind of hesitant. So just don't commit to something every weekend, because I don't think you'll want to do something every weekend, Leo. The Empress is also a card of pregnancy, fertility, good parenting. So if you're hoping to grow your family, that's a great card for you. Let's take a look though and see our clarifiers. So on top of our Ace of Pentacles, we have our Ace of Wands, which again, anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. This is a project. This is the thing you want to create together. So I do think that you're going to go in on it together. I do think that you're going to commit, but it's not going to be the easiest path there. We have the Seven of Cups, and then topped with that, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is like being tired, I think, of the non-committal energy. So the sky is dark, the person's laying down flat, there's lots of swords stuck into it. I think it's going to take multiple versions for you guys to get on the same page. Like let's say you're buying a house. You're going to love house A, they're going to love house B. You're probably not going to end up with any of them. You're going to look for another house, house C and house D. So it's going to take a little bit to get exactly on the same page. Again, that's that kind of non-committal energy. You want to create together, you want to go on it together, but it takes a little bit to get on the same page here, Leo. And at the bottom here, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very charming card. It's a card of having courage. So again, I do encourage you to actually go after this together. I think it's a good move. It's a bold move. We call it a power move, so it's going to be a big deal. But again, it's kind of creating that future that you want. So it just takes a couple iterations to get exactly aligned. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column. This is message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card, I am chosen. This is always such a good one. So this is almost like, this is like being selected for something. This is being designated for something. This is oftentimes to, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like bound to happen. It's destined to happen. So being chosen for something, but let's see what cards we have here. You are the chosen one, which I like. Okay. Starting at the top here, first up we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of, sometimes this can be unseen. It's like a curve in the road you didn't expect. So maybe, and I'm just throwing out for example's sake here, maybe there's a job you really want and you don't think you're going to get the job, but then you do end up getting chosen for it. So again, it's something unexpected in that sense. It's something you can't see. This is important though, to trust your intuition to guide you through. Anytime we have a face inside the moon or the sun, it's saying use your intuition. So keep doing great work, keep doing whatever you were doing to get in that situation. But again, I don't think you think you're going to be chosen. So, but nonetheless, keep doing whatever it is you were doing before, because I think you will get chosen. You just don't see it. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card with the big star in the back. This is a card of recognition. So again, that's being selected. That's being in the spotlight. This is also a card for renewal and hope, which I like. It gives you kind of really good energy boost. At the bottom here, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is typically a love card, partnership, proposal. So this could be like being selected in terms of love, which feels weird, but for some of you, that's going to make perfect sense. Otherwise, again, this is the proposal. This is the opportunity, being selected for that opportunity. Let's clarify though really quick and see what other messages we have. First up, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, very free-spirited, very creative. I like this. You're going to like the other side of this. Again, there's a lot of freedom here. There's a lot of creativity. This is being yourself. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. So this is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. This is the thing you're hoping to be chosen for. And at the bottom here, we have the Seven of Wands. Again, there seems to be competition. It seems like you have to defend why you should have it. You don't think you're going to get it, but in the end you will, which is really neat to see. So, but there is competition, which is, I think, with the Moon card, maybe why you're not expecting it coming. Okay, now at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1, we have the 7 of Spades. This is number 25 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the 8 of Diamonds. This is number 44 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the 4 of Diamonds, the number 27 card. That's going to be a yes. So no, no, yes there for you. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of June. We have Moonstone, which is very feminine, helps with devotion, very intuitive, and kind of helps keep any craziness at bay. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Leo, your healing note says, owning your story is the bravest thing you'll ever do. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you, Leo, and I hope you have a wonderful June.